Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. I'm Christine. I'm the Astro CEO, and we are doing Tarotscopes for the month of October 2024. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and do Tarotscopes for all 12 signs. Just want to remind everybody that we've got the eclipse that is happening at the beginning of the month, and I'm going to do a separate video on that. But eclipses always represent massive change in your life. The job of an eclipse is also to come in and dissolve things and remove things that aren't working properly in your life. So just kind of keep that in mind as we do the Tarotscopes for this month, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I want to start off with Aries. So let's find out what's in store for Aries this month for the month of October 2024. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I have another deck that we'll be using today, and we're going to be using, this is called the Enchanted Map. So love this deck. And so this is what we're going to just draw from this. And we're going to pull up additional energies. And then, of course, I will tap in and use my tried and true deck. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's start shuffling. So how is Aries doing? How are you guys doing? Uh, how are you surviving eclipse season, Aries? So I know we started last month in September. We had a lunar eclipse on the 17th of September. So hopefully you guys are surviving the eclipse. I'm trying to make friends with eclipses. I'm doing my best. Okay, I'm still shuffling. Let's go ahead and pull a card. Oh, okay. We got a really cool card. This is Compass. I'm going to hold it up here so you guys can see it. Very cool card. So whenever you get this card, this always represents, staying on your true path. So this, I would say the message from this card is there's going to be things that come up in your life for the month of October where it's going to challenge you, like maybe I should go this way, or maybe we need to go this way. And this card is just a reminder to really stay on your true path. And what I mean by that is really ask yourself, what is important to me? What are my long-term goals? Is the activity that I'm doing right now ultimately going to get me to my long-term goal? Okay, so keep that in mind this month. This is a really cool card. It just reminds you to stay true to who you are. Try not to get derailed or sidetracked. Okay, so stay true to who you are as an Aries. Okay, so there you go. That's that card. And so I have my tried and true here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and let's just take a look-see and find out what's in store for Aries overall. These are your Tarotscopes for October 2024. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show. I am shuffling. Oh, there's a couple. Oh, there's a lot that fell out. Okay, let me just keep shuffling here. So I'm excited for Aries. That first card that came up, kind of, what I'm picking up psychically is possibly, you'll have a lot of options being thrown your way. And again, what this card represents is really just to stay, don't get distracted, right? Don't get, distracted on your journey. Just kind of stay true to who you are. Sometimes that's pretty easy for Aries. You're a fire sign, so that's normally easy just to stay who you are. The one thing that I do love about Aries is they're very young spirited. It doesn't matter what age you are. You almost have like that kid-like quality about you, which I love. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay these out. And let's see what's in store for the month of October. Okay. I think this is going to be a really good month for you, Aries. Okay, so this is what popped up immediately. There is some sort of new energy coming into your life. This is what is laying on top of you. You have the Ace of Swords. Whenever I see any type of ace, it always represents new energy, new opportunities coming in. So again, word of caution that I want to remind you of is you got the compass. So even though You may have some really good options that are coming into your life with this card. Just remember, am I staying true to who I am? It's okay to turn down new offers. Okay. So I just want to remind you of that. The basis for the whole reading is the Queen of Cups. So either this represents you or this is somebody that you're collaborating with in the month of October. This is somebody that could be a water sign, somebody possibly with light colored eyes and is kind of fair skinned, or it could be somebody that just has water qualities. And what I mean by that is it could be somebody that's very sensitive to your needs. Okay. And this is somebody that can also help you tap into your emotions. Okay. So as we start off the month of October, the card that came up for you is a little concerning. You have the Five of Wands. This represents agitation, irritation, kind of things not playing out the way that you thought, or it could be distractions, or it could be fighting. Okay. So remember, this is just a general reading. And so keep that in mind. What could come into being is a broken heart. So hopefully that doesn't happen. It's in a good spot. It's in the spot of what could come into being. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen. So just kind of keep that in mind. You may also be saying goodbye to somebody or something. Okay. And then I show you just working away. I love this card. This is the Eight of Pentacles. And if you look at it, this guy is working away, making pretty good money, and he's loving what he's doing. Okay. So there's some happiness in what you're doing. Now, this popped up in the reading, which is the moon. So I'd really pay attention to the energy or what sort of opportunities come up around the full moon this month. Okay. Then what's exciting is this is coming world, which is the utmost success. So this is an excellent card. So I would say really you have the world in your hands. And remember, I do believe that you're going to get lots of opportunities this month, and you have the potential for creating success in your life. Hopes and fears for you guys, for Aries, is the Six of Cups. This particular card has several meanings. One, it could be that you're relocating. This is showing up in your hopes and fears. So maybe you are planning to relocate. It also represents relocating because of a new job or bumping into an old friend. So maybe you're missing an old friend and this is a good time to just reach out to that person. Now, this is the very last card that showed up in your reading is the Wish card. I love this card. So with the Wish card here and success with the world, I would say be impeccable with your energy and your words. Be careful what you wish for, because this is the month where your wish could actually come true. Okay, so be really specific when you're manifesting. Be really specific about what you want to come into your life. Sometimes you have to write it out. So even if you have to write that out, get it on paper and be impeccable with your words. Be careful what you wish for, because your wish, whatever you're desiring for the month of October, can actually come true. So this is actually a really good reading. The bottom of the deck, we've got beating out your competition here. So I would say overall, this, to me, it looks like the month starts out with that agitation, irritation going on in your life. There's something that you need to resolve at the beginning of the month. But once you get through that and move through the month, again, pay attention to the full moon. And I see a lot of success here. So this is actually a really good reading for Aries. So I'm excited for you. So there you go. That's your outlook. That's your Tarotscope for October 2024. Okay, Taurus, let's take a look and see what's in store for Taurus for October 2024. Now, for this month, I am using a different deck. So we're going to be using this one today, which is the Enchanted Map deck. So I just want to see what kind of different energy we get for this month. So I do have the cards here. I am shuffling. So how are my Taurus doing this month? Are you guys surviving the eclipse? Hopefully you guys are doing well with the eclipse. I know it's a lot of change that's kind of being thrown at us right now. Okay, so I'm going to ask the cards, what is the message that Taurus needs to hear for October 2024? Okay, I am shuffling. What is the message that Taurus needs to hear for October 2024? Oh, this is a really good one. So it is protecting treasure. I'm going to go ahead and hold it up here so you guys can see it. Protecting treasure It's a very interesting card. So, what it tells me right off the bat is that you may be going through something that is uncomfortable for the month of October. And this card is just a reminder that you are being protected, you are being watched over. So, no matter what happens in October, know that your guardian angels are watching over you. And so this is a really great card. So just know, again, I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. No matter what's going on, you are being watched over and protected. So for the month of October, very good card. Okay, so I do have my tried and true. Let's just dive in a little bit deeper. I am shuffling. Let's just dive in a little bit deeper and see what other insights are in store. What is coming for Taurus for the month of October 2024? So I am shuffling. What is in store for Taurus for October 2024? What's in store for Taurus for October 2024? Okay, let's take a look, see here. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a great card. Okay. All right. So let me say this, Taurus. I don't know what is going on with my Taurus for October. Now, remember the first card that I pulled, which is it is called Protecting Treasure. So this is a reminder that no matter what you're going through, that you are being watched over, you are being protected. Now, there's a card here that popped up that has me a little concerned. It is in the spot of what you see. This is the nightmare card. So there may be something, and along with this, there may be something that is coming in the month of October that has you a little worried, something that's keeping you up at night. So if you look at this card, the guy is in bed, he can't sleep, it's nighttime. So there may be something that's heavy on your mind for the month of October. It may have something to do with the eclipse. We are knee deep in eclipse season. We had an eclipse last month on September 17th, and then we also have one at the beginning of this month of October. So eclipses sometimes can be really tough. And so I'm just wondering if there's something that is popping up for you in your life that you're just kind of losing sleep over, that you need to get this worked out. But I want to tell you, overall, this is a pretty good reading. The very first card that popped up for you is the Sun. So there's a lot of opportunity. Opportunity is what I'm hearing. And then what lays on top of you is the Six of Pentacles. This card is laying directly on top of you, which has a lot of significance. And this is the guy that's basically giving money to the poor. And if you look at it, he's also holding the scales here. So this could represent that you are offered a new job. So, remember that each card has multiple meanings. Remember, this is just a general reading. So it could mean that you're offered a new job. It could mean that you're going through some sort of a legal issue and that you're getting some compensation with the legal issue. So it's money coming in. So some sort of money or a settlement. Maybe that's what's keeping you up. Remember, we got the nightmare card here. Maybe that's what's keeping you up at night, is resolving this issue. Now, the basis for the whole reading is peace, love, contentment, and happiness, being happy at home. You also might be making some changes at home as well. You also got a couple of people here. You've got the Queen of Swords, and you got the Knight of Cups. So two major players that are showing up in your life right now. But here's the card that I really love. So this is in the spot of what could come into being for the month of October, which is success. So just know that success could lie right around the corner. Now, remember, this came up in the spot of what could come into being. It doesn't mean it's 100% certain. So remember, be mindful with your thoughts. Okay. So what you think about, you bring about. Have you ever heard that saying? So what you think about, you bring about. So be really careful with your thoughts and what you're manifesting, because there is a potential here for a lot of success. Remember, it's not 100%. It's what could come into being. Other people see you just sort of holding all the pieces together. So the star is basically you've got 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the water, and you're doing a careful balancing act right now. So you're doing a pretty good job at it. Just, holding down the fort, making sure that everything is balanced out correctly. Okay. Hopes and fears is this guy, the Emperor. So your fear is really like possibly dealing with this guy. All right. And then the very last card is the Eight of Wands. So things start picking up towards the end of the month. The energy starts picking up. Things start happening really quickly for you towards the end of the month. This is also travel connected with business. So you could possibly be traveling for business. You could be traveling for a job interview, travel connected with business, or things happening really fast. It fell in the 10th spot. So I would say that this is going to happen more towards the end of the month as a possibility for you. Okay. So the bottom of the deck, this card came up, which is the Eight of Swords. So I think that you do feel a little constricted this month, but I want you to work through that energy because this this is one of those kind of months where you can turn the month around. Okay, so it can start out where you're a little rocky, but you can really turn this month around and make it really positive for you. Okay, so there you go. That is your Tarotscope for Taurus for October 2024. Hey, Gemini. This is your Tarotscope for October 2024. So this month, I decided to switch it up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with this deck. I haven't used it in a while, but I thought let's use it for October. The Enchanted Map. Okay, isn't it kind of like it has October colors on it as well? So yeah, so let's go ahead and use this one. I'm going to go ahead and just pull and get the general energy and find out what the universe would like you to hear for the month of October 2024. So Gemini, how are my Geminis doing? All right, my Geminis. Okay. So I am shuffling. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope that you guys are surviving eclipse season. Yeah, I know it's tough sometimes, when we're going through eclipses. We had a lunar eclipse last month on the 17th of September, and then we also have one at the beginning of this month. So, yeah, it's a tough time, when we're in eclipse season. Lots of changes coming up. Okay, I am shuffling. Let me go ahead and pick a card. Okay. Oh, this is a really good one. Okay, this one is called the Wishing Well. Isn't that a beautiful card? So, what this reminds us of is remember when you're a kid? I guess it's not just for kids, but I remember when I was a kid and we used to go to the mall and there was this big O, like I guess you want to call it a wishing well. It had like a little bridge over it, and we would throw coins in there at the mall. And when you were a kid, you'd always get your coin and you'd always like close your eyes and you'd make a wish and you'd throw it in there. And you would just trust that the universe heard what your wish is going to be and that the universe is going to go ahead and take steps to make that happen for you in your life. So remember that when we were a kid, this is a reminder that you need to trust in the universe. You need to trust that the universe, once you put your request in, that the universe is going to go ahead and take care of that. Sometimes we have no control over how it's going to show up in your life or when, but just know that if you put your request out there, that the universe is working on it for you. So this is actually a really good card. I really love this card, the Wishing Well. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper. I have my tried and true deck here, and let's dive a little bit deeper and let's find out what else is in store for my Gemini for October 2024. So I am shuffling. Gemini, what's in store for October 2024? Gemini, October 2024. All right. I am shuffling. So let's see. What does the universe want you to know for October 2024? What is coming? I know sometimes it can be hard, when we're going through eclipses. What is in store for Gemini for 2024? October 2024. What is in store for Gemini? Okay. Wow, there's a lot going on in this reading. So I don't know what is happening in your life right now, Gemini. The first two cards, a little concerning, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but you've got the Nightmare card is the first card that popped up, and the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is what's laying right on top of you. Okay, so in some ways this month you may feel a little restricted. Okay, so not sure what's happening in your life right now, Gemini, but again, this is laying on top of you. You're blindfolded, you're tied up, and there's kind of nothing you can do right now. You kind of feel stuck with a situation that's going on. What's very interesting is at the bottom of the deck, when I was shuffling, the bottom of the deck is the Tower card. So there could be in the month of October some disruption coming. And I think that it has a lot to do with the eclipses. Again, we had one last month. We also have one this month. Eclipses come in and they create disruption in your life. The basis for the whole reading is the Two of Pentacles. So you're sort of torn. You're like, I don't know what to do. You know, should I do this? Should I do that? You're kind of going back and forth, trying to make a decision. Okay. So my suggestion would be just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off and make that decision. And the reason why I'm saying that is the first card that you got was the Wishing Well. Put it out to the universe. If there is a lot of chaos and disruption happening in your life, put your wishes out there and trust that the universe is going to make this happen. All right. So what's interesting is you got the Queen of Wands showing up this month. So there is somebody, could be a fire sign that's showing up right now in the month of October. And then in the spot of what could come into being is the Fool. This is having to make some decisions, some choices. Make the decision, like I said, rip the Band-Aid off, make a decision, and trust that the universe is going to take care of you. Now, what's coming next is the Ace of Pentacles. It's a really good card. This means new money coming in. It could be a pay raise coming in, a bonus, a lottery winning. Now, remember, when we're in eclipse season, there is a lot of change that is happening across the board. Okay. So anything is possible. So I do see maybe you find hidden money, like maybe you're cleaning out your closets and you reach into a coat pocket and you find a $20 bill. Could be something like that. Or maybe you win at the lottery or bingo. Or maybe you're headed to Vegas and you got some money coming in. So this represents new money coming in. Could be a raise, could be a bonus or some sort of unexpected windfall. Okay. Now, what has me a little bit concerned is the Seven of Swords is popping up. Now, with the Seven of Swords, and you've got the Eight of Swords, and you got the Nine of Swords. So 7, 8, 9, all swords showing up. And then at the bottom of the deck, you got the Tower card. Has me a little concerned, guys, that there is something that you're going to have to deal with and take care of. I don't know what that is. This is just a general reading, but get it taken care of. Get it resolved so that you can move on with your life. In the spot of what you see is the Eight of Cups. So it looks like, the Eight of Cups always represent activity around the full moon. It represents that there's something good and you're just walking away. I'm not really sure what that is that you're walking away from. It could be you're walking away from a job, a relationship. You're walking away from something that other people view it as being really good. And you're like, nope, it's just not for me. Okay. So you're walking away from something. Now, in your hopes and your fears, this is a really good card. You got the World here in hopes and fears, which is really good. And then it ends with the Hanged Man, which is sacrifice. Okay, so I see a lot of changes going on for the month of October. I think it has a lot to do with the eclipse season that we're currently in right now. Eclipses can be really tough for everybody across the board, but I would say, Gemini, that whatever is going on in your life right now, I'm going to go back to this card and I want you to take you back to and that time in our lives where we really believed that if we threw a coin into the wishing well that we were going to get our wish, right? We threw the coin in and we just walked away knowing that it's a done deal. I want you to carry that energy with you for the month of October because this potentially could be kind of a tough month. It looks like there's some sort of issue that you have to work out, okay? Not really sure what that is, but just think of the wishing well, okay? Put your wishes out there to the universe. Pull out your highest manifesting techniques and know that the universe is working behind the scenes to make that happen for you. Okay, so that's what I got for Gemini for the month of October 2024. All right, Cancer. So this is your Tarotscope for October 2024. So we are going to switch it up just a little bit, and I'm going to let you know that I am going to be using a different deck. So we are going to be using the Enchanted Map. So I haven't used this deck in a while, but I thought, gosh, this would be really fun to switch it up a little bit this month and use the Enchanted Map deck. So I do have the deck here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and see what messages does Cancer need to hear for the month of October 2024. So I want to check in with my Cancers, see how how are you surviving eclipse season, first of all. We had an eclipse last month on September 17th, and then we also have another eclipse on October 2nd. And so eclipses can be kind of tough sometimes, because they create change in our life. Okay, so curious to see, I am shuffling what the universe wants you to know for October 2024. Okay. Oh, this is a really interesting card. Okay, so the card that I pulled for you is called Ghostlands. What this card represents is sometimes we get caught up living in the past, and it's okay to remember past events and take how we go back to yesteryear. Sometimes with our thoughts, we like to go back and we like to relive yesteryear. Or maybe there's clothing that we have that's outdated that we're living in yesteryear, right? So this is all about living in the past. And so this card reminds you, Cancer, that it's okay to revisit the past. You just can't live there. Okay. It's time to acknowledge what happened in the past, but you need to put forth new energy in the present. You need to be in the present moment for October. It's really important that you stay centered, you stay grounded, and you stay in the present moment and deal with the energy that is coming at you in the moment. Okay. So this is what that card represents. Now, I believe that messages come in all forms. This is the number 7 right here. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. The number 17 is right here. And so I would circle the 17th of October on your calendar. It could be a significant day for you. Okay. So Ghostlands is the card that I pulled up for you. Now I do have my tried and true deck here. We're going to shuffle and we're going to see what other messages, what else do you need to know? We're going to dig a little bit deeper. I am shuffling. What else do we need to know for Cancer for the month of October 2024? So I am shuffling. We're going to dig in deep and see what's going on. The main thing, guys, is these eclipses. I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that you're surviving eclipse season. Eclipse season, guys, always represents change in a radical way. And so I just hope that you guys are doing well with that. Some people really like change. If things aren't going well, we welcome change, right? If things aren't going well, we want to switch things up and have new energy coming in. And that's why it's important that you stay centered, you stay in the present moment. Okay. All right. So let's see what's in store. We're going to dive a little bit deeper. What's in store for Cancer for October 2024? Oh, okay. Okay, Cancer. All right, very interesting. So, there is a lot of change going on for my dear Cancer out there. This is in the spot of how other people see you, which is the death card. The death card doesn't always represent death. It represents massive change in your life. And it's no wonder that this card came up because we are knee deep into eclipse season. Okay. So we had an eclipse last month on September 17th. We have one October 2nd. And there's a lot of change going on. But if you look at this card, this guy is moving from the dark into the light. Okay, so this could be a welcome change that you've been anticipating. Okay, so the other thing that I want to point out is the basis for the whole reading is the Justice card. Now, the Justice card typically represents legal issues that you may be dealing with. So, Cancer, you may be dealing with some sort of a legal issue during the month of October, or the other meaning that this card has is that it's time for you to step up and do the right thing. Okay, so the Justice card has several meanings. It could be that it's time to do the right thing. Okay, so I do feel like for my Cancers, there's a little bit of disappointment, a feeling of being left out. But again, I want you to stay grounded, stay present in the moment. If you really look at this card, which is the Five of Pentacles, you have the two people out here walking in the snow, but their heads are down. And they can't see the light that's right here, the opportunity that is there and that is present because they're too busy looking down. And so again, this card is saying that I want you to stay present in the moment, okay? No more looking down. You need to look up. You need to look at opportunities and different ways to change the situation that you're currently in, okay? Now, the Hierophant is here. So this represents a large organization. Now, it's right next to the Justice card. So I'm wondering, guys, if there's some sort of legal issue that you're possibly dealing with a large organization. So when I say the legal issue, it could be that you work for a large organization and maybe you just need to change up your benefits package. Okay, those are very important legal issues that you really need to take a second look at. Now, I am a proponent. Now, I'm not a legal advisor. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am a strong proponent for having life insurance, that you have coverage for life insurance. Now, that's a personal decision, but I do see what's interesting is a large organization here, which could be your work, and you've got legal issues that you need to take care of. The first thing that came to my mind was doing your benefits package. It usually happens in September, October, when you have to elect your new benefits for the next year, for 2025. And so maybe just keep your eyes wide open, stay present in the moment, and choose wisely. Okay. What could come into being for Cancer is that you hold the world in your hands. It's a very good card. So you have some opportunities there. And for a lot of Cancers, here's a really good card, is the Nine of Pentacles. So this means that you're content, you're satisfied, you're bringing in the money that you like. So that is always good news, right? Now, remember, change is in store for this month, but look what is coming, the Ace of Cups. Whenever you see an ace, no matter what it is, it represents new stuff coming, new good things coming into your life. And you got the Ace of Cups. It could be that you meet somebody new. Wouldn't that be great? So somebody new is coming into your life. It could also represent pregnancy, finding out that you're pregnant or delivering a baby could be coming up for the month of October for Cancer. Now, I do see that you're kind of you're unsure about a certain situation. You're kind of going back and forth and back and forth. And for my Cancers, the very last card that popped up here is the Temperance card. So you're doing a really good job of just kind of holding the fort down, maintaining your balance, doing a juggling act. I mean, I don't like doing juggling acts in my life. And so, but you're doing a pretty good job of holding everything down, doing the juggling act. Okay. The other card that showed up at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords. So it could be that there is some sort of issue that you need to work out. It could be some disappointing news that you may receive. Remember, it's at the bottom of the deck. It's not part of the spread, so it's iffy if that will truly happen. But again, my Cancers, I want you to just stay present in the moment and um, try not to live in yesteryear, okay? It's okay to visit yesteryear, but just don't live there. We really need to stay present in the moment. And if you do that, I think this will be a pretty good month for you, for my Cancers, okay? So hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you next month. Okay, Leo, how are my Leos doing this month? So I am going to jump in and we're going to cover your Tarotscopes for October 2024. So, how are my Leos doing? Leo, I just want to tell you guys that I decided to switch it up a little bit. We're going to use the Enchanted Map deck, and I do have the deck here, and I'm just going to tap in and we're going to see what messages does the universe want you to know for the month of October. I hope that you guys are surviving eclipse season. We had an eclipse last month on September 17th, and then we also have one on October 2nd. So, eclipses, as a reminder, always invites change into your life. And I know for you Leos out there, Leos like to be in charge, okay? And we like to be the one facilitating all the change that happens in our life. And so, uh, with the eclipse season, sometimes the change is out of your control. Okay. Sometimes it is truly out of your control. So let me just keep shuffling here. What message does the universe want Leos to know for October 2024? Okay. This is a very good card. Very, very good card. So I got flying. Okay, isn't that a beautiful card? So this represents a lot of different things. First and foremost, I believe that messages come in all forms. This has the number 20 on it right there. And so I would circle the 20th of October on your calendar. It could be a significant day for you. It represents flying. So this card could mean that you are actually flying, like you are going to be traveling during the month of October, taking an actual plane ride somewhere. It could be for a job interview. It could be to visit friends and family. But has a strong potential that you'll actually be flying in an airplane in the month of October. Okay. The other meaning that this card has is that it's inviting you to go above your present situation. So whatever's going in your life, this represents going above the situation and taking a look at it from a different point of view. And so, when you're flying on a plane, and you're looking down, you have a totally different view of the earth, okay? And you see different things, you see things differently. I know when I'm flying, I actually get inspiration when I'm in the plane and I'm flying. And, sometimes you're flying and you're just hovering right above the clouds, and that's kind of cool. But it really gives you a different perspective when you're flying, because when you're flying, you have no control, right? Like you have the two pilots up front and you are not in control that when you are flying. So this is just a reminder that, take a look at things from a different view. Okay. And if you do that this month, it will be very helpful. It also represents that you could actually be taking a trip, okay, where you're actually flying. Okay. I do have my tried and true here, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. We need to dig in just a little bit deeper and see what is in store for Leos for the month of October 2024. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and we will take a look what is in store for Leos for the month of October 2024. All right, Leo 2024, October 2024. What is in store? I am shuffling. What is in store for Leo, October 2024? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Very interesting, Leo. I actually feel pretty good about this reading. Okay, so the first thing that popped up for you, dear Leo, is that you have some celebration going on. So I think overall things are going pretty good for Leo right now. This is celebration that's popping up. It could mean that you're attending a wedding. It usually represents bridal shower, but it could be a baby shower as well. What lays on top of you, Leo, is somebody that's very helpful to you. So Page of Pentacles, okay, so is laying directly on top of you, Page of Pentacles. So somebody could be coming into your life or somebody that's working behind the scenes that is going to be very helpful for you. So it could be that maybe you're applying for a new job and somebody over in HR just kind of pushes your resume to the front of the list. Okay, it could be something like that. So it could be something that you can't see per se. Okay, so the basis for the whole entire reading for Leo, and this is the only card that has me concerned, which is really good for an entire spread here. This is the Five of Pentacles. And so when you get this card, it's just a reminder. If you look at the two people, they're out walking in the snow, but their heads are facing down and they can't see the good stuff that's happening right here, which is the Five Pentacles, the light coming through. They're too busy looking at the ground. They're not looking up, right? And so they can't see all the good stuff that is available in their life, okay? Because they're kind of stuck looking at their present situation, which reminds me, take a look at things from a different perspective. Remember, the first card that we got was flying. Okay, what follows that, though, is the sun. So there could be some good news coming in. So I love when the sun comes up in a reading, because this is like, good times are on its way. Okay. So no matter that what is going on, to take time out to really have some fun in the month of October. Okay. Now here's what's coming. It's in the spot of what could come into being. It's the nightmare card. I don't want you to get too worried because it's in the spot of what could come into being. Okay. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it's the nightmare card. There could be something that's keeping you up at night. Okay. That is what's could come into being. But here's what's coming next. Check this out. It's the Six of Cups. This represents, it has a couple of different meanings. It could be that you bump into an old friend, and it could be that's where you're getting the good times from, right? It also represents relocating because of a new job offer. And it could be it's somebody does something nice for you as well, is what I'm getting. So what's interesting, though, is you got the Six of Cups here, which represents relocation because of a new job offer. You've got somebody working behind the scenes here for you. So it could be that truly you do get a job offer. Somebody's working behind the scenes on your behalf. You got new offers coming in, Ace of Cups, which is really good. The Ace of Cups is following the Six of Cups. So this is good news, good information coming in for Leo. And so I'm excited for you, right? So Ace of Cups, this is a pretty good reading overall. And it looks like you're just trying to hold down the fort and you're doing a good balancing act. Your hopes is things will smooth out for you. And the very last card is, I see here that you're spending a lot of time thinking. Okay, so when you're not working on your downtime, you're spending a lot of time thinking about your next move. And here's the interesting thing. At the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. And when you look at the Seven of Cups, you have all these great options here in front of you, and it's hard to really narrow down like what the option is. So I'm not really sure what that is. Maybe you can make a note in the comment section. Let me know like what good things are you having to choose from. Okay, so I feel really good overall with this reading. I think October is going to be a great month, even though we've got the eclipses going on. I think this is going to be a really great month. I think that you have the potential to get a brand new job offer. And if not, you're having a good time with an old friend, like seeing an old friend and having good times. I think this is a really good month for Leo. The only thing that concerns me is this: there is something that's keeping you up at night, but it's in the spot of what could come into being. Okay, so it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's what could come into being. And remember, the flying card, circle the 20th on your calendar, reminds you to take a look at things from a different perspective, or you could literally be flying in the month of October, going somewhere. Okay, so I'm excited for you. So that's what's in store for Leo for October. All right, take care, Leos. Bye. Okay, Virgo. How are my Virgos doing? This is your monthly Tarotscope for October 2024. So I wanted to let you know that I'm going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to use a different deck. This is the Enchanted Map deck. So I haven't used it in a while, but I thought this would be a great month to go ahead and switch things up. I have the deck here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. How are my Virgos doing? All right. Are you surviving eclipse season? Now, remember, we had an eclipse last month on September 17th. We also have an eclipse on October 2nd. So we are knee deep in eclipse season. So eclipses always represent change in your life. Okay. So I want to see what kind of message that the universe wants you to know for October 2024. I am shuffling. I hope that you guys are having a good month so far. Okay, so well, this is very interesting, Virgo. Okay. The card that I pulled for you is called Storm Fields. I'm going to hold it up here for you. Storm Fields. And I believe that messages come in all forms. And this is the number 9 right here. I don't know if you can see that, the number 9. And so I would circle the 9th of October on your calendar. It may have a special meaning for you. So Storm Fields. So what this card represents is that there could be a storm that's coming. And so for Virgos, I want you to really just take a moment and really think about, is this my storm or is this somebody else's chaos that's coming in? Because you see like the swirling action going on. I really want you to have some discernment for the month of October and really ask yourself, is this my chaos? Is this my storm? Or is this somebody else's that I just kind of need to steer clear of? Like maybe I have no part in this, but they're making me think I have a part in this. And so this also, one of the alternative meanings of this card is that maybe it's time to shake things up a little bit. Maybe you haven't been outspoken enough and you need to just, say what's on your mind and speak up. The other meaning that this card has is that it's okay to just be still and be quiet and let the storm pass before you make any big moves. Okay. So, again, this is just a general reading. I don't know what is going on in your life, Virgo, but it's interesting that you got storm fields. Okay. All right, now I do have my tried and true deck here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and we're going to dive in just a little bit deeper and see what is in store for my Virgos for the month of October 2024. All right, Virgos. So I hope everything has been going well. I hope that you're surviving eclipse season. I know eclipses can be really tough. I don't like eclipses. I like to be in control of the change that happens in my life. And then sometimes, those eclipses come in and they start switching things up and it's hard to get used to the new way of life, right? When it comes and switches things up. So let's just dive in deeper. Let's see what is in store for Virgo for the month of October 2024. What is in store for Virgo? Okay. Okay. Overall, Virgo, this is not a bad reading. I want to tell you that the first two cards that popped up is you got the Wish card and you got the Six of Pentacles. So this is a month where you could actually get your wish. The Wish card is here. You could get your wish this month. Um, and then what lays on top of you, so this is the card that's laying directly on top of you, is money coming in, some sort of money or benefits. It could be that the Six of Pentacles could also represent legal issues, or that you get a job offer, somebody's helping you out and giving you money, or you get some sort of bonus check, something like that coming in for October for Virgos. I see you spending a lot of time. This is the basis for the whole reading. It's the Three of Wands. You're spending a lot of time contemplating things, which is really good because of the fact that you got storm fields as your card. This represents, like I said in the beginning, this could represent that you just need to lie low, let the storm pass, and then make your decisions. And it's interesting that you got this for the basis for the whole reading, which means take your time, and make your decisions. There's no need to rush, okay? Take your time and make those decisions. Now, I can see here you got the Five of Cups. This represents that recently something could have happened that you view as being really bad, because what you got here is you got the Three Cups built in front, but you can't see the good stuff behind you. So something may have happened recently, and in the month of October, you're like, well, gosh, I can't believe this happened, but turn around and see the good stuff behind you. I see that some of my Virgos out there can be under stress. The Seven of Wands is here. It's in the spot of what could come into being. Somebody with the Queen of Pentacles energy is also showing up in your reading. So you could have some interactions with this person as well. Now, other people see you as the Hierophant. The Hierophant always represents this big, massive organization that you're dealing with. So I'm not sure what that is. It also represents the church. So maybe there's activities with the church going on, or something with a large organization that you're dealing with. And I see that Virgos are being very conservative right now with their money. I think that's a good thing, especially with storm fields showing up, is that you be conservative with your money at this time. So Four of Pentacles. It also represents that you're making really good decisions with your money. Okay. So you're building up that nest egg. Now, hopes and fears is Wheel of Fortune. So you're really hoping that things turn around. And I actually think that they will, that whatever's going on in your life, um, things will turn around. And this reading ends with the Two of Wands, which represents you holding the world in your hands, which is the utmost success here. So that is a good card. And at the bottom of the deck, we got the Five of Swords, which represents beating out your competition. So overall, I think this is a really good month for my Virgos. The only concerning card that came up was this one, which represents that something disappointing either recently happened or is going to happen in October. And then, of course, Stormfields. So Stormfields is, again, it's very interesting. It represents lying low and letting the storm pass. It also represents that you need to go in and shake things up, okay? And and it's just a reminder, if you've ever heard that saying, that this storm will pass. Okay. So those are the only two concerning cards that I see here. But overall, I think this is going to be a pretty good month for my Virgos. Okay. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that. All right, Libra. How are my Libras doing? This is your monthly Tarotscope for October 2024. So I decided I'm going to switch it up just a little bit, and I'm going to use a different deck this month. This is the Enchanted Map deck, and I do have my cards right here. I'm going to go ahead and just pull a card, and let's just start off by seeing, what message does the universe want you to know for October 2024? What message does the universe want you to know for October 2024? So Libra, how are we doing with the eclipses? So we had an eclipse last month on September 17th. We also have one on October 2nd. How are you guys doing? Eclipses always represent change in your life. And so I want to just check in, see how you're doing. Hopefully you are surviving eclipse season. So let's just see what message that the universe wants you to know. Ah, very interesting. So the card that you got was called, or is called, Wide Open. I'm going to hold it up there so you can see it. Wide Open always represents that it's okay to speak your mind. It's okay to, how do I say this, Libra? It is okay to um, make new suggestions or ideas. So if you're one of those type of people that you're just being quiet, you're not really saying what's on your mind, you're kind of letting other people do the talking, let other people make decisions. What this card represents is that you don't want to do that this month. This is the month where you want to speak up. You want to speak your mind. You want to tell other people what your ideas are. And this also represents that you can manifest something beyond your wildest dreams. So this is a really good card. Be wide open this month. So be an open book. Okay. So that is the card. That is the general message for October for 2024. But now we are going to dig just a little bit deeper. I do have my tried and true deck here, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and let's just go ahead and take a look. Let's dive in deeper and see what else is in store for my Libras for October 2024. All right, what's in store for Libra for October 2024? I am shuffling. Let's dive in deep. What's in store for Libra, October 2024? All right, Libra. I'm shuffling. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Um, wow, there's a lot going on, Libra. I'm not really sure. Remember, this is just a general reading. Not really sure what is going on with you. Um, but for October 2024, I see massive change happening, and I think it may have a lot to do with the eclipse. The first two cards that you got were the Sun and the Death card, which represents a lot of massive change. But if you look at the Death card, death doesn't always represent death, it represents change. If you look at this card, the guy is going from dark to light, and then you have the Sun here. So I see this as change is always good, okay? But it's hard sometimes to get through that change. The other card that's showing up for you is the Ten of Swords, which has a couple of different meanings. It could represent that you're traveling overseas. It could represent that you're extremely exhausted. It also could represent that somebody is stabbing you in the back. Okay. So if you look at this, you got the 10 swords, the guy's flat on the ground, and literally you're being stabbed in the back. So maybe it is a good time for Libras to just go ahead and be wide open, and it's time to speak your mind. Okay. So this card could have several different meanings. Now, it does show here in this reading that you're being acknowledged for all the things you have accomplished in the past. You are receiving acknowledgement. It could be from a young gentleman that you're getting the acknowledgement from. And I see some money coming in. So you got Ace of Pentacles here. It could be that you're being acknowledged. Remember, you got the Six of Wands, which is acknowledgement. And because you're being acknowledged, your boss is offering you some sort of a bonus or a pay raise. Could represent that you're also possibly getting a new job. But somehow, some way, you've got some new money coming in. I'm not really sure what the source of that is. New money is coming in. Other people see you as very successful. So I think this has something to do with the job, but I'm not positive here because this is just a general reading, but you have a lot of success, or at least people view you as very successful. The other card that showed up, the court card, is the King of Cups. So you have somebody in your corner, somebody that you're dealing with. Now, what's interesting though is in your hopes and fears is you have, whoops, I almost dropped it. You have the Tower card here in your hopes and fears. This is a good spot for this card to be in because it's just hopes and fears. All right. We all have fears. But what has me concerned, this isn't hopes and fears. The basis for the whole reading is the Ten of Swords, and you got the Death card here. So I would say that there's a lot on your mind. So, again, I just want to remind you to speak out and be wide open this month. Now, this reading ends with the Eight of, let me pick up this card here, the Eight of Pentacles. So it looks like you're enjoying your work. And then on the bottom of the deck here, we have the Six of Swords. So if you look at the card, you've got the rough water right here, but things are kind of smoothing out. But you got to get through this rough patch that's going on, and then things will smooth out. So overall, for the month of October, I do potentially see some heavy duty things that you're possibly dealing with. But overall, I think you're going to get acknowledged for the work that you've done in the past. I see some new money coming in, which is always good. Or maybe you find money, or maybe you play the lottery and you win some a nice little chunk of change. It comes into your life. So It looks like it's a little bit of both this month for my Libras. It could be some heavy duty things that you're having to process and deal with, but you also have some good fortune coming your way as well. So yeah, it could be a very interesting month. So let me know in the comments section what is going on with Libra. I see a lot of change happening for Libra, so I'm really curious to know what's going on for my Libras for the month of October. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this forecast. Okay. Hello, Scorpio. How are my Scorpios doing this month? I am here to go over your Tarotscopes for October 2024. All right. So before we get started, I wanted to let you know that I'm switching things up just a little bit. We're using a different deck to start with. We're using the Enchanted Map deck. And yeah, so I have the deck right here. The cards have already been blessed. And I'm going to go ahead and just ask the universe, what messages does Scorpio need to hear right now? So, what message does Scorpio need to hear right now? So, how are my Scorpios doing? Hopefully, you guys are surviving eclipse season. Hopefully that's going well for you guys. You guys are pretty resilient, so I'm sure that you're handling it just fine. Okay. What's in store? What is the message that Scorpio needs to hear for the month of October 2024? What is the message that Scorpio needs to hear? Okay, very interesting. All right, so we got Dragon's Lair. Okay, so there you go. Dragon's Lair. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see it. And I believe that messages come in all forms. You have the number 19 right here. So I would circle the 19th of October on your calendar. It could be a significant day for Scorpio. So there you go, Dragon's Lair. Okay. So when this card pops up, it has several different meanings, but it most of the time represents that you could be entering what most would consider a very dangerous time. You need to proceed with caution, okay? But it could also be a new experience that is going to change you on many different levels. Okay, so this does have alternate meanings, double meanings. So there is something that is brewing that really could change you to the core. But it could be exciting, it could be exhilarating because you have new energy, new things that are happening in your life. So there you go. So I would circle the 19th on your calendar. Okay, I do have my tried and true here, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. We're just going to dig a little bit deeper and find out what's in store for Scorpio for the month of October 2024. So I am shuffling here, and let's see what's coming up for Scorpio. What is coming up for Scorpio? And by the way, some Scorpios are having birthdays this month, so I wanted to wish you a happy birthday for those of you celebrating this month. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay out the cards. Interesting. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so here's what we got going on. Um, I think overall, Scorpio, you are just trying to maintain the balance in your life. You know, you're just trying to make sure that everything's taken care of, everything is well balanced. The card that is laying on top of you is the star. So if you look at this card, you have one foot in the water and one foot on land, and you're just trying to balance everything out. So, and you're doing a pretty good job with it. Also, the very first card that popped up is some sort of celebration. It could be that a lot of you are celebrating birthdays this month. It could be the birthday celebration for Scorpio. Now, the basis for the whole reading is very interesting. You got the Page of Pentacles. So, the Page of Pentacles always represents somebody that is coming into your life that is going to assist you or help you in some way. So, that is the basis for the whole entire reading. So, very interesting. Now, the other interesting thing is you got a couple of people that showed up. You have two knights here. You have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles showing up in your reading. So again, you have um, Potentially three people, possibly four, because at the bottom of the deck, you have the other knight, you have the Knight of Swords. So you potentially have um, a lot of people showing up in your life. So I think it's to show up to help you or to assist you in some way. Now, this is in the spot of what could come into being. It's the Six of Pentacles. This represents getting money. It could be getting a raise. Maybe you're going to get some birthday money that you weren't expecting. So this always represents that somebody is literally stepping in and helping you out. So that's good. Now, just a word of caution. The next card that came up is the Five of Pentacles. This always represents that in some way, you may feel like you're shut out. If you look at this card, you got the two people that are looking at the ground, but they can't see the beautiful light that's coming through this window. And so they're not taking a full view of all the opportunities that are around them. So just a word to the wise, maybe start saying yes to opportunities that show up in your life in the month of October. Could be beneficial to you. Now, you also have the Hermit card here in the spot of what you see. This represents somebody that's stepping in and assisting you and kind of showing you the way, which is really good because the first card that you got was the Dragon's Lair, which could represent that you might be entering some situation that might be dangerous, or it could be something that changes your life course. So you do want somebody like this that is assisting you and showing you the way. Okay. Hopes and fears. You have a lot of options here. That is the hope that you have. And then it ends on a really good note. It ends with the Strength card. So overall, I would say this is a pretty good reading. The main theme that I see showing up for you, Scorpio, is there's a lot of people that are showing up in your life this month. And I think maybe it has a lot to do with the birthday celebrations that some of you may be having. Or maybe it is that you're traveling away for your birthday and you're meeting new people on your journey. So, but overall, I really don't see anything in here that's very concerning. It looks very good for Scorpio for the month of October. So I hope that each and every one of you that are celebrating birthdays this month, I hope that you have a blessed birthday and do something that you love. All right. Go out there and have some fun. Enjoy your birthday. All right. There you go. That is your Tarotscope for October 2024. Okay, hello Sagittarius. This is your Tarotscope for October 2024. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that I am using a different deck this month. We're going to be using the Enchanted Map deck. And I have my cards right here. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. And I want to ask the universe, what message does Sagittarius need to hear for the month of October 2024? So I am shuffling. How are you guys doing? And how are you surviving eclipse season? So, yeah, sometimes eclipses are tough because they facilitate change in our life. And so sometimes it's abrupt. The change that steps in is sometimes can be abrupt and abrasive, and that can be difficult for a lot of people. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you're surviving the two eclipses that we just had. So, all right, let's pull a card here. Very interesting, Sagittarius. So let me tell you what I got. I got education. This is the message that the universe wants you to hear. So this is very interesting. So when this card shows up in your life or in your reading, it's a reminder that you don't have all the tools yet. You don't have all the knowledge yet. So this card has several meanings. Number one, it signifies that you need a little bit more education, and education comes in all forms. Okay, so let's talk about that for just a second. You could go to a university and seek your degree. You could go to a trade school or technical school and get a certification in a particular area, or you can take classes online. Now, if you go to my website, I do have one class that's on there I highly recommend that everybody take this class. It's a face reading class. And once you take that class, you are literally, or you won't even look at people the same way. So that's an interesting class. So periodically through the year, I do add more classes onto my website. So, but classes, there could be rec centers in your area offer classes of all kinds. So this is suggesting that you as of this point in time, don't have all the tools to proceed forward. Now, education, I also believe, comes in many forms. And the other form that it could come in is that something happens that teaches you a lesson. Okay. So maybe it's not a class that you're taking, but something happens in your life and you're like, oh, okay, I learned from this lesson. I will never do that again. So education comes in many, many forms. So just take some time and think about that, yeah, you don't have all the tools yet to proceed forward and you need to get some education under your belt. So there you go. It's number 35, education. So that is the message for Sagittarius. So I do have my tried and true deck here. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. We're just going to dig a little bit deeper and see what else is going to or show itself for October. Okay, what else is coming up for Sagittarius for October 2024? I know your birthday season is right around the corner, so you don't have too much longer to wait. But let's take a look. What's coming up for Sagittarius for October 2024? Okay, Sagittarius, October 2024. What is coming up? Okay. Very interesting. Okay, this kind of goes in line with this card that I pulled for you. Um, the card that's laying on top of you is really interesting. So this is the Five of Pentacles. It's the card that was laying directly on top of you. The Five of Pentacles, if you look at this card, you've got the two people out here that are walking in the snow and their heads are down. And because their heads are down, they're not able to see the beautiful light that's coming through this window. They're outside of this building, and if all they need to do is look up and see the opportunity that is here, but they're so knee deep into their situation that they're not looking up. So whenever this card shows up in a reading, it's a reminder that you need to take a look at all the opportunities that are around you. And so that's very interesting because you also got the education card, which suggests that you need to look at other educational opportunities that are available to you. The basis for the whole reading is the Hermit card, which is also very interesting. This could represent a teacher. This is somebody that is guiding you and showing you the way. They're holding the lantern right here. So they're guiding you, showing you the way. Maybe it's aligned with the education that you need. Now, what's following that is the Strength card. Very great card. So love the Strength card. So you have the ability to do what you need to do, is what that's suggesting. Now, you also have the Ten of Swords. This is in the spot. It's in a really good spot. It's in the spot of what could come into being. So it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's in the spot of what could come into being. Okay. So this card represents exhaustion. It could be somebody that is sabotaging you behind your back. It also represents travel over or by a large body of water. Okay. So the star is here. So you're just doing a balancing act here in your life. There is somebody that is going to step in and maybe give you some information. Page of Cups is here, somebody that could be helpful to you. But in the spot of what you see is the Four of Swords. This represents that some of you may not be sleeping very well at night. You may have a lot on your mind. I'm not sure what's going on with you right now, Sagittarius. And maybe it has something to do with this, the exhaustion, but you're also not able to sleep at night. You have a lot on your mind right now. But rest assured, I think the help is going to be there. You're going to have somebody step in and help you out. Hopes and Fears is the Empress card, which is really good. I hope that that actually happens for you, Sagittarius. And then we have the Page of Swords here. So this could represent that possibly for some of you, you could be receiving some disappointing news. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Make sure that you're very clear with your thoughts and your intentions and what you're sending out to the universe. But this could represent some disappointing news that could be coming your way. Now, at the bottom of the deck, you got the Knight of Pentacles. This is somebody also that could step in and be very helpful to you. So overall, I don't see this as a troubling month for you. You do have some things that are on your mind. Remember, this is just a general reading. You do have things that are on your mind that you need to take care of. It's time to take care of business. My suggestion would be take care of business before your birthday season starts. Get all this taken care of so that you can sit back and enjoy your birthday. Okay. All right. So there you go. That is your Tarotscope for October 2024 for Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, Capricorn. This is your Tarotscope for October 2024. So, before we get started, I just want to let you know that I'm switching things up just a little bit. We're going to be using this deck to start out with. This is the Enchanted Map deck. And I do have my cards here in front of me. They've already been blessed. And I just want to start off by asking the cards, what message does Capricorn need to hear for the month of October 2024? So, how are you guys doing? How are my Capricorns doing? How are you surviving eclipse season? Is the question I want to ask you. Sometimes eclipses, they're rough, they facilitate change in your life. They are the ultimate disruptor. So sometimes that's hard for a lot of people. So hopefully you guys are doing well. All right, so I want to ask, what message does Capricorn need to hear for the month of October 2024? Ah, very interesting, Capricorn. I got come together, number 8. I'm going to hold it up here so you guys can see that. Okay. I believe, first of all, that messages come in all forms, and you've got the number 8 right here. I'll hold it up again so you can see it. So I would circle the 8th of October on your calendar. Um, I would also pay attention to 8 in the morning and 8 in the evening. I'm just getting a hit. That's what I'm hearing. It's what my guides are telling me. Pay attention to the time as well, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Now, this card, Come Together, represents that there could be somebody new coming into your life romantically. So for all the single Capricorns out there, this could be really exciting. It also represents that you are rekindling an old romance. So um just beware. What I'm hearing from my guides is just be careful. If you have been with somebody and have separated or broken up, really ask yourself, is this person worthy to come back into my life? This card can represent that you're rekindling an old romance, but really, Capricorn's really good at that, at analyzing, think about why you broke up in the first place. And is this person worthy of a second chance? I personally say no. You get one chance, but that's up for you to decide. Okay, so that's very interesting that you got this. So, and like I said, it could also represent that somebody new is coming into your life as well. So, very interesting. All right, so let's dig in a little bit deeper. I have my tried and true deck here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. Let's dig in a little bit deeper and find out. Let's find out what else is in store for Capricorn for the month of October 2024. Okay, I am shuffling here. What's in store for Capricorn for the month of October 2024? What's in store for Capricorn? Capricorn, October 2024. Okay, very interesting. Wow. All righty. I'll tell you why I'm laughing here in just a minute, but I'm gonna tell you one of the cards that showed up that really feeds into this is you guys got the 2 of Cups. And what's very interesting about the Two of Cups is, and I love the Two of Cups, because if you look at this card, you've got a man and a woman standing here, and they are on even ground. And the cups that they are exchanging are equal size. So that means that the energy that you're putting out, you're also getting that energy back. Because I know sometimes you could be caught up in a relationship where there is not an equal exchange of energy, and that can be really draining. And so this card showed up in your reading. So I'm just wondering, guys, if you are truly going to meet somebody that's going to step in. So this is the other thing that came up for you guys, too. I'm excited for you guys. You guys got the sun. And what's laying on top of you is the Nine of Pentacles. So it looks like money's doing pretty good right now. This is the card that's laying on top of you. But look at the basis for the whole entire reading. You guys got the Ten of Cups. Beautiful card, beautiful energy. You know, if you look at the card, you have the man and the woman here. You've got the kids dancing. It's blue skies, rainbow, Ten of Cups. There's a lot of love here. And so with this card, and you've got the Two of Cups, and you've got come together, which is new love coming into your life, and you got the sun here. I I'm speechless because it really doesn't get any better than that. This is a really good reading. Now, there's some players that showed up here too, some key players. You have the King of Pentacles. You also have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords showing up. So a lot of male energy showing up in your life. So I don't know if this could represent you or the new person that's coming into your life. Now, while all this is going on, it looks like you're just maintaining a balance here. You have temperance, and you're not really sure what to do. You've got the Two of Pentacles here, so you're kind of going back and forth. Like, what do it's going to be hard for you to make a decision. The first thing that came to my mind when I saw this, hard to make a decision, is you got this guy here, this guy, and this guy. So maybe you have multiple suitors that are showing up and wanting to be a part of your life. Now, what's very interesting is your reading ends with the Six of Wands. This is a very good card. It means that you're being recognized, you're being acknowledged. And I love this card. So you're being recognized, you're being acknowledged for all the accomplishments that you've finished. And so this is the acknowledgement that is finally coming your way. So it could be job related. It could be something with a relationship that the person that you're with is finally recognizing how important you are to the relationship. So there you go. So you're being recognized. At the bottom of the deck, you also got the Four of Swords, which is interesting. So you've got a lot on your mind. You're trying to weigh everything out. And this card, the Two of Pentacles, represents that you're kind of going back and forth, not really sure what to do. You have a lot of good choices here. So overall, I'd say this is a very good reading. It is all centered around relationships. So I'm curious, maybe you could write in the comments, I'm curious what is going on in terms of relationships. Now, it could be love relationships, it could be relationships at work, it could be relationships with family members. But this whole reading, and including this card, all has to do with relationships with other people. And it looks very positive. All right. So there you go. I'm excited for you. So there you go. That's your Tarotscope for October 2024. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, Aquarius. How are my Aquarians doing this month? This is your Tarotscope for October 2024. So I just wanted to let you know we are going to switch it up just a little bit. I'm going to pull a card from the Enchanted Map deck. And so I want to ask the universe, what message does Aquarius need to hear right now for October 2024? So I am shuffling. I hope that each and every one of you are doing great. I want to ask, how are you surviving eclipse season? I know it's been rough for quite a few people, um, but let's find out what message does Aquarius need to hear for October 2024? What message does Aquarius need to hear for October 2024? Psychically, what I'm picking up is that I think for a lot of Aquarians, it seems like you guys are doing pretty good. Things are kind of status quo. Things are pretty good right now for most Aquarians. So let's just see. Ah, okay. Interesting. This is the card that I pulled for you. It is Peaks of Joy. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful card? Peaks of Joy. So, yeah. I hope that this is true for all of you for October. The interesting thing is, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the number 33 here up at the top. And I believe that messages come in all forms. And the number 33 in numerology represents that anything is possible. So I want you to carry that with you for the month of October. I mean, you got peaks of joy and anything is possible. Like, let's just stop right there, right? Like we don't even need to look any further. I don't need to pull out my tried and true, but I am going to dig a little bit deeper. But so far, this is really good. Peaks of joy. So, yeah, that's what's coming for October for my Aquarius. So I do have my tried and true. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. Let's dig in a little bit deeper and see what's in store for Aquarius for October. So yeah, it's getting off to a good start, right? Okay. All right, Aquarius, what's in store for my Aquarians for October 2024? All right, Aquarius. What is coming for Aquarius for October 2024? Oh, wow. Okay. Very interesting. Just give me a moment here. I want to look at these cards. Wow, this is actually a pretty good reading for Aquarius. So let me tell you what's going on here. Um, Okay, so the very first card that popped up is the Eight of Pentacles. So it means that if you look at the guy, he's actually working, but he has a smile on his face and he's actually enjoying the work that he does. So it looks pretty status quo. You're making pretty good money. You're enjoying your work. However, what's laying on top of you is the broken heart. You have the Three of Swords here. This is the card that's laying directly on top of you. This is the only card that is concerning out of the deck here. So some sort of disappointment is going to happen in October. It's not going to be devastating, but there is a little bit of disappointment. So remember, this is a general reading. Not sure what the disappointment is because this is interesting because you also got the peaks of joy is what we started out with. So, but trust me, it'll get better. So there's some sort of setback or some news that you don't particularly care to hear about. The basis for the whole reading is the star, so it looks like you're just maintaining a really nice balance. You're balancing everything out. Queen of Pentacles is showing up here in your reading, which is very interesting. Also, the King of Swords is showing up. So these are key players that will be showing up in your life in the month of October. Now, so let's just talk about that for just a second. Queen of Pentacles and King of Swords. What's the difference between the two? Queen of Pentacles is this is a person that has the energy that is really good with money, is very lucky with money. This is person that manages their finances really well, is very knowledgeable. This is someone that um, can sometimes have things handed to them. Okay, so they have a pretty good life. So that is Queen of Pentacles. Very different energy from the King of Swords. This is somebody that is male energy. This is somebody that thinks in very black and white terms. This could be somebody that's an air sign that thinks very black and white, can be very abrasive. You know, if you look at the sword there, cut you like a knife, be very, it's using that sword energy, which is very black and white. It's very abrupt. That's the energy that this person represents. Okay. Now, let's talk about what could come into being. You got the Five of Cups here. Now, this is interesting because the Five of Cups here
represents that there's the person is looking at the cups that are spilt over in front of them, but they can't see the good stuff that's behind them. So this always represents to me that you are not looking at the full picture. Okay, you're just looking at these cups that spilt behind you, but you can't see the good stuff, or the cups that spilt in front of you, but you can't see the good stuff behind you. Now, what's very interesting is you got the Wheel of Fortune coming up. This is in what's coming up next. It's in the spot of what's coming up next. Wheel of Fortune, very, very good card. So there could be a change in your fortune. Very, very good. The other card that you got is the Ace of Swords. It's right next to the Wheel of Fortune. So these two are side by side. So this could represent a new opportunity that is coming your way. Now, hopes and fears is the Fool. This card has several different meanings, but the one that I'm resonating with right now is that you're having to make a choice about something. Okay. Now, it ends very, very nicely for you. So the reading ends with the Three of Cups, which is celebration. So even though, what's the beginning of the month started out with this, which is some disappointing news, but it ends with the Three of Cups, which is celebration. And remember, you also got the Wheel of Fortune here. So there is something that is going to happen in October for Aquarians that could alter the course of your life. It'd be some good news coming in, some new opportunity that's coming in. Because remember, you also got the Ace of Swords here. Now, at the bottom of the deck, you've received the Nine of Wands. This always represents that you're standing firmly for what you believe in. The other meaning, because remember, this is just a general reading, the other meaning of this card suggests that you feel like your back is up against the wall with something that's going on in your life. And maybe it has something to do with this, that you're feeling like your back is up against the wall. So overall, peaks of joy, and you got the number 33, that anything is possible. Overall, I would say for my Aquarius, this is a really good reading. I think October is going to be a pretty good month for you overall. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed that. That is your Tarotscope for October 2024. All right, Pisces, this is your Tarotscope for October 2024. How are my Pisces doing this month? All right, so I just wanted to let you know that we're going to switch things up just a little bit. I'm going to use a different deck. We are going to be using the Enchanted Map deck for the first part of the readings today. So I do have my deck here. The cards have already been blessed. And we are going to shuffle. And I just want to ask the universe, what message does Pisces need to hear right now for October 2024? What is the message that Pisces needs to hear for October 2024? How are you guys doing? How are you surviving eclipse season? I know eclipses can be rough. The eclipses bring in sudden change, and it's rough, when things get switched around. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Okay, I am shuffling here, and I want to find out what message does Pisces need to hear for October 2024? Very interesting. Very interesting. So the card that I pulled for you, I'm going to just hold it up so you can see it, and I'm going to talk about this for just a moment. It's called the Bone Collector. And if you look here, the number one is right here. So I would pay attention to that energy. In terms of numerology, this whole month of October is a one vibration. And I would pay attention to what happened on October 1st, and then what happens at 1 a.m. in the morning, 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And then the one energy always invites us in terms of numerology to focus on yourself, to be a little bit selfish this month. And so the Bone Collector, let's talk about this. This particular card represents that you could be feeling that you are not adequate enough, that you don't have all the tools necessary to succeed. And that is far from the truth. The bone collector is a reminder that you do have all the tools necessary to facilitate major change in your life. Anything is possible. So I really do love this card. It's a reminder that you are limitless. You do have the ability to change your present circumstance and to change your life. So don't doubt yourself. If you've been doubting yourself lately, don't do that anymore, because this is a reminder from the universe that you have all the tools available to you to have a beautiful life. Okay, so there you go, bone collector. All right, so I do have my tried and true deck here, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. We're just going to dive in a little bit deeper and see what other messages, what's coming up for Pisces for the month of October 2024. So I am shuffling. What is in store for Pisces for October 2024? I know for some, with the eclipses happening, it could be rough for a lot of people. Okay, so it depends on where the eclipse falls in your chart. Uh, all right, so let's take a look here. Pisces, what's in store for October 2024? What's in store for Pisces for October 2024? Wow, okay. Lots is happening. Okay, so let's just start off. The very first card that I pulled for you in your reading is the Page of Pentacles. This always represents that there could be somebody in your life that is stepping in to help you in some way. Now, what's interesting is what's laying on top of you. Again, what's laying on top of you is the King of Wands is laying directly on top of you. This could be the person that is going to step in and assist you some way. Now, the basis for the whole reading is the Two of Swords. This card always represents that what's going on right now for the month of October is basically you're telling everybody just back off and stay away. You're like this. You're like, back off, stay away. I need some time to figure things out. So if you look at this card, if you look at it up close, it shows that you are blindfolded and you are telling people just sort of back off. I need some time and space to figure things out. Now, you're doing a very good job. The stars here, you're doing a very good job of balancing out everything in your life. I do show that something's on your mind. It's Seven of Pentacles. When you're not working on your downtime, it looks like you are thinking about something. So you have two cards here that represent that you're contemplating something. Now, what's coming in the month of October is some sort of celebration. The Three of Cups is here. So that's good news coming in. Now, how other people view you is the Seven of Swords. So be very careful with this. This is how other people view you, which is the Seven of Swords. This represents the sneaky card. It represents deception, lies. You don't want somebody to view you as a liar or deceptive. So make sure that you're aware of the energy that you're putting out there. Be impeccable with your words and be mindful of the company that you keep in October. Okay. Now, which is really exciting, is in the spot of what you see is the Six of Cups. It's a very good card. This represents that you could bump into an old friend. It could also represent that somebody has a gift for you. And it could be that you're presented with a new job offer, which is really good. So that is showing up in the spot of what you see. Now, your hopes and fears is the Eight of Wands. This represents that things happen really fast, or it's also travel connected with business. And the reading ends with the Empress card here. So I love this because she's sitting on her throne. Life is good. She has everything that she needs. She's not lacking for anything. So this is a very good card. Now, at the bottom of the deck here, is the Chariot. So you're finally being recognized for all the work that you've done in the past. You're getting some sort of recognition, or advancing up to the next level. Okay. So that's a very good card. So overall, guys, stop doubting yourself. You have all the tools necessary to succeed. It does show here that there is something on your mind that you're contemplating, but overall, this is a very good reading. Okay. The only cautionary tale here is the sneaky card. This is in the spot of how other people view you. So really be mindful of the company that you keep. Be impeccable with your words. You don't want somebody to view you that way. Okay. So you could be accused of doing something that you didn't do. Okay. So just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of who is in your company. Be aware of other people viewing you that way. But other than that, this looks like a really good reading for October. So there you go. That's your Tarotscope for October 2024 for Pisces. Take care.